Hi, I'm Cameron, and I don't just read comics. Sometimes I watch the series they're based on. Today we're going to be going over Hawkeye episode 3 of the new Disney Plus series. Let's just get into it. So this episode was our first look into the new character, Echo. And I don't know if you guys realized, but it was announced earlier this year that Echo, from the show, the very same one, is going to have her own exclusive Disney Plus series. So I don't quite know what that means for the trajectory of Hawkeye, but I think we're going to see Echo stick around for a while. This is a character that had their first appearance, I believe, in the Daredevil by Brian Michael Bendis, David Makabuki, or Alex Malivran. So it's going to be cool to see the way they adapt her in that we got to spend some time with that character, and it looks like we're going to be able to see that character again. So that's really exciting. Moving forward in the show, I guess just some of the things I noticed. I don't think I mentioned it, but I really love that Clint has a hearing aid. I think it's super cool to just kind of see those little niche aspects of a character within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because we have this guy who has a bow and arrow who's going out with the Avengers, and he's, besides Black Widow, who obviously passed away, and Iron Man, who is a suit of armor, he's pretty much the only one that is a normal human. And so to see him having like these tolls taken on his body, I think are really valuable character insights. And so just something as subtle as a hearing aid, I think is really special. I don't know. I just really love that little character. It ties us, draws us nearer to Clint, and humanizes this guy and puts him on our level. But then also we get to see how extraordinary he is. It's funny. I think about that especially in the fight scene that we saw or I guess the last 2 episodes. This one, when they escaped the tracksuit mafia, you got to see Kate try and figure out what was going on, because she, again, is like a regular human. But then you see Clint, who is an Avenger, and you just kind of see how he is so exceptional as a human. And you got to see that in this episode. And so I really like those kinds of things where it's like he's everything in the Marvel Universe is like elevated, but then we have these character moments that bring him and her just down to our level. So she is our window into his world, and we can kind of experience his expertise through her, which is really fun and special, and something I like about the show. I don't know how everyone feels about it. I think it's getting mixed reviews online, but I can guarantee that this is my favorite Disney Plus show that has come out so far, because it's just fun, and it's this take on Hawkeye that I don't think we ever saw coming that would be so enjoyable. Which actually leads right into my next one. I think we were due for a trick arrow quiver review for Hawkeye, and I think we saw a hint of it in Avengers 1 when he's going in his back and his quiver is showing which arrowhead is going to go into it, which is kind of cool. Like, we got to see the putty arrow, we got to see the net arrow, we got to see like all these silly arrows. I missed it the first time I watched it. It took the internet to screen grab it, but there's a Hank Pym arrow, which was super cool. I didn't even understand what happened in that scene. So now, there you go, guys. That's me not knowing what's going on. But the Hank Pym arrow was super cool, and just him having trick arrows, it's this kind of a silly thing, but I like it because it makes all of it more endearing to me, and I think that it makes his character more likable. So I like Clint's trick arrow, and I liked those scenes, and Kate using them. Again, being our window into the universe as humans and audience members. It feels like Kate is along for the ride, and I think I like that part about their dynamic. Love the car chase. I don't have much to say. I just thought that the car chase scene was really, really cool. I think this episode was very elevated. There was a lot of action set pieces and sequences. So for us to witness what went on, I thought was so special. But Disney and Marvel are such skilled storytellers. They know how to just like bring it all back down to like human, normal places in the storytelling, which Clint's hearing aid got smashed, and so to be able to uh, have him come back to normal and like her put subtitles to their conversation, and that drew them together because she got a glimpse into his real world, his real priorities. I thought was so special. So I loved that moment. That was probably my favorite moment of the entire episode. They made a joke about the Hawkeye costume that I talked about earlier, that I want the original one, and I still think we're going to get it in some way or another. It's obviously just like the most anti-MCU Clint Barton look, but I don't think that means that Marvel can't make it work. And so I think, I can guarantee we're going to get the Matt Fraction Hawkeye suit with the arrow, because I literally just saw it on the banner ad for the Disney Plus series, which is like, okay, cool, guys. But to be able to see the OG would be cool. I think if anyone can make it work, it's Marvel. All right, so then going into the last thing, I think the biggest thing about this episode, the biggest buzz around it, is who is Uncle? Who is the man that greeted Echo at her karate tournament? I think I'm going to have to go with all the hype. I'm thinking it's Wilson Fisk. I don't know where everyone's saying. I'm seeing online a lot of guarantees that we're going to see the Kingpin. I don't know where anyone is getting those ideas. I haven't heard anything, but the Kingpin would be. I think that was his voice. All we heard was like hello, and I'm pretty sure that was Vince D'Onofrio's, and so I'm thinking we're going to see Charlie Cox's Daredevil universe integrate, because it's too easy not to. It's too much of a slam dunk. So, I think it's Kingpin, and I just want to be like, I heard Vince D'Onofrio. Maybe it's self-fulfilling prophecy, or maybe it's a reach, but I'm hoping it's that. Finally, give this episode a rating on a scale of, I don't know if it's on a scale of 10 or 5, but I give this episode an 8 out of 10. I thought action sequences were super fun. Then the grounded levels were really fun too, very personal. So remember, I'm Cameron. I don't just read comics. I love them. Make sure to clap those like and subscribe buttons. See you next time.